Can you play metal on a P90 pickup? Yes. The P90 is Gibson's interpretation of a classical single-coil pickup. It's a single coil, but different. Now, notoriously, single coils produce a lot of hum, as opposed to their counterpart, the humbucker, which does call into question the validity of using such a pickup in a high-gain scenario. Because of the noise and because of the amplification of the noise, you will run into feedback issues pretty quickly, and also it will become unbearable within seconds. Now, the solution to this problem would be either to play with a humbucker pickup or to use one of these Fralin noise-cancelling P90s. To put this to the test, we first just had the guitar do nothing. And here's how it sounds. As you might hear, there is actually quite a difference between the two. It's not world-changing, but if you want a less noisy pickup, there you go. Now onto some sound examples. In order to try this pickup out, we got an friend. In an absolute surprise to nobody, you can play clean on a P90 pickup, and even on the noise-cancelling one. Now, the really interesting part comes when you're going into high-gain settings, which we will try out now. Conventionally, metal players have preferred humbucker pickups for their sound. They have more aggressive punch in the mids, and they also have more output. Add to that the less noise, and you've got the de facto standard for high gain playing. Interestingly, not only do you lose a lot of the hum, but the sound changes in a rather similar way to a humbucker. It may not be as drastic, but you lose a lot of the high-end bite, and the sound becomes more mid-focused. Which does make sense, because building a hum-cancelling pickup, you will need at least two coils stuck together in some way. I know that a lot of the EMG single-coil variants do just glue two coils together and stack them, while this one I'm not sure about. Now this means that this pickup is somewhere in between a single coil and a humbucker, which means that it's the best of both worlds, or the worst of both worlds, depending on who you ask. A lot of guitarists like playing with feedback on their high-gain amps. Problem with this is that a single coil will produce a lot more. It basically begins screaming right when your note stops, and this becomes a problem. That is where the Fralin pickup actually does help quite a bit. It started making a guitar usable. Now, in summary, this pickup is basically not a humbucker, not a single coil, somewhere in between. If you want a pickup that has less noise than a single coil, but more bite than a humbucker, this might be just what you need. Therefore, quoting Ola Englund, thumbs up.